My name is Hiebert from the Southeast Asia program here at CSIS. Our guest today is Ambassador Kristie Kenney from Thailand. Thank you for joining us. Thailand had some phenomenal floods last year. The economy got hit pretty hard. How is the economy doing now, and how are foreign investors looking at Thailand in the wake of the floods?
That's a great question because, as you know, last year's floods were devastating, historic. The Thai economy is incredibly resilient. They're projecting a 6% growth rate for this year. Tourist arrivals are at an all-time high for the first quarter of 2012. U.S. exports are up, important to me as the U.S. ambassador to Thailand. And so I think things are looking quite good. They're back in action. Investors are feeling very confident. I just joined Ford Motor Company, opening a new $450 million plant, state-of-the-art, very beautiful. For Ford, Caterpillar has just announced a big new investment in Thailand. So I think people are feeling back, confident, and ready to move forward. It's an astonishingly resilient economy. I think that's an interesting lesson I've learned.
But Thailand has often been one of the cornerstones of ASEAN, very engaged with the U.S. in the region. But for the last few years, it's been somewhat distracted by political conflicts in the country. Do you think the Thais are, now that they've had an elected prime minister who's been in office almost a year, are they ready to take their place back in the region, or are they still distracted?
Well, unfortunately, as you just said, they were distracted by floods as well. They had a free and fair, transparent election last year, then got distracted for 4 to 5 months by devastating floods. People killed, millions of people displaced. So now we're seeing them back in action. The prime minister's made relations with neighbors and ASEAN a key cornerstone. She's personally traveled several times to Cambodia, to Burma, Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, China. She's very seized with making relations good, getting Thailand back in action. We've got the foreign minister, of course, coming to Washington this week. He's very interested in also branching back out. So I think we are seeing Thailand really ready to move back, play a leading role in ASEAN. They've ramped up their peacekeeping activities overseas. They're participating in the anti-piracy task force off the Horn of Africa. So I do think we're seeing them back. Every country has its distractions. And Thai politics are, I think, as Secretary Clinton once famously said, spicy. So I don't think that will stop, but I do think we are seeing a period of increased engagement, as I think we all hope it will continue.
Now, Thailand is a non-NATO treaty ally of the U.S. Same time, people sometimes talk that in ASEAN, China is among the closer countries to China. But you mentioned the foreign minister coming here. How do you see the state of U.S.-Thai relations, and what do you see as some of the elements in the dialogue that the foreign minister will participate in with Secretary Clinton this week?
I think relations have been, as you say, good for centuries. We're longtime friends and allies, and I think the challenge for all of us really with U.S.-Thai relations is to keep it modern, not to fall back on the, we've got a long-standing relationship, we are treaty allies, but to look at what do we do today? What are we doing to enhance the lives of Thai and American citizens today? And I think we'll see the foreign minister talking about that this week, using our creative partnership between the two countries. How can we move forward to link up our entrepreneurs, our students? We'd love to get more Thai studying here. They're about 8,000 now. It's not a small number, but we'd love to have more. We'd love to see more visitors here from Thailand. It's good for the U.S. economy. And also, we'd like to work more with Thailand in the region. Consult with them a bit more on how do we move forward on Burma. They have a long border, a lot of shared interests with that. And I know the foreign minister's just been there just last Friday. So I know he and Secretary Clinton will want to talk about, how do we move forward together? Burma's a complicated country. The Thai know that better than anyone. How do we deal with that? The Thai have a good relationship with China. That's not a surprise. We want one too. China's an important country for everyone, and we'd be fools not to think that. But I think as far as U.S.-Thai goes, we've got a lot of issues we'd like to work on together. And I think we want to try to look over the horizon, not just rest on what we've done, but really be thinking very creatively of how do we create more opportunities. For Americans, it's about the economy and jobs. And our exports to Thailand, as I said, are up, but I'd like them up even further. We want to look for those opportunities, and Thailand wants it too. they're eager, I think, to find themselves playing a bigger role in the world.
Last year, the U.S. expressed some concern about the use of lèse-majesté laws in Thailand, laws that affect people that comment on the monarchy. Recently, a webmaster was sentenced. How concerned is the U.S. about civil liberties in Thailand, particularly on this issue? Well,
as you know, the Thai do have laws that are very strong, called lèse-majesté laws, concerning what you can and can't say publicly about the monarchy. From the United States perspective, as Secretary Clinton said very well, we are strong proponents of freedom of speech. We believe in the freedom of speech, the freedom to connect on the internet, the freedom to connect with people and to share ideas. And we've been very clear in saying that to the Thai.
Great. Thank you, Ambassador Kenney.
Thanks, Murray. It's great to see you, and I hope we'll see you next time in Thailand.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thanks.